GxTend, the tool for managing GNexus projects. Let's start this presentation with our everyday life. We're involved in GNexus projects, needing to handle requirements and schedules from our customers. At first, versioning and concurrency control might be regarded as nice things to have, but it is like the tip of the iceberg. Each time we, developers, leaders, and managers, run into trouble regarding these issues, we start wondering, are we working the right way? Are we doing things right? For instance, we miscommunicate and run into each other's GNexus objects. We also lose changes, or we don't keep track of them. And maybe if we do keep track of changes, a lot of bureaucracy is involved, like filling spreadsheets and forms. But there is an underlying question behind all these symptoms, a question that is both challenging and rewarding to answer. The underlying question is, how can we work at our best? We always seek an answer to this question, so now GxTend introduces GxTend, the tool that lets you answer the question, the tool that allows you to define and implement your best way to work on GNexus projects. What is GxTend? GxTend is a modular software configuration management tool. It solves many of the challenges in GNexus projects: versioning control, traceability, concurrency control, and change management among KBs. The latter concept is called promotion, and it establishes a controlled flow of objects between KBs. All these features bring an increase on development productivity for mainly three reasons: because teamwork and programming become highly integrated, because GxTend performs and supports tasks that would otherwise be manual and error-prone, because GxTend provides specific tools to support developers on their daily tasks. GxTend is a full web tool. The user can perform everything from a web browser. As a technical highlight, it can run on an open-source web server and database, so there are no additional license costs. GxTend has an internal modular design, allowing it to be incrementally deployed in the organization. The organization can start by implementing modules that do not affect the existing working practices, and yet they can support developers on their tasks. If we go further in the implementation of other modules, the tool becomes an active part of the development process. For instance, regulating the flow of objects between KBs. GxTend focuses on different challenges in development: the need for many developers to work simultaneously in a controlled way, the need for regulating the flow of challenges among KBs, being from the same project or from different projects, tracking changes made through time and how they are related to requirements, integrating external knowledge, that is, knowledge outside the scope of the GNexus KB, for instance, documentation, configuration, and external programs. Letting different roles to access GNexus knowledge. These roles can be DBAs, support personnel, or administrators. The current slide depicts the trade-offs in working without a tool. Can we work without an SCM tool? Maybe we can, but we must choose. Either we add lots of bureaucracy, or we lose control. Now let's emphasize the role of GxTend as a supporting agent in the development process. First, GxTend does not impose a single way for dealing with the challenges mentioned before. Quite the contrary, it brings a set of options to choose from. And that is how it helps the organization define and implement the most advisable practices, because the organization must consider the characteristics of the project and the current phase of the project. It is implicitly stated in the former considerations that a single rigid development process might not fit in every organization, every project, or every phase in the development life cycle. The tool must adapt itself to the organization and not the other way around. For instance, GxTend offers three ways for handling concurrency control. GxTend can be adapted to different scenarios by means of configuration. It can handle different software products, different versions, several customers with customizations, and several developers working on development, support, and maintenance, etc. Internal architecture. GxTend currently has 4 modules related through its own configuration, called metadata, shown at the center of the picture. Every module provides information that would later be used to obtain metrics and reports. This architecture allows high levels of adaptability towards customers' requirements. The modules in question are shown on the picture. If we read them clockwise, starting from the top, we find versioning and traceability, concurrency control, promotion and full cycle, and productivity tools. This slideshow is now divided into 4 chapters, each one describing one of the modules.